Volume 6, Part 2. Hello everyone. Welcome to this episode of the podcast provided by the Buddha's Practice Incorporated of Australia. Today, we will delve into the critical guidance given by Manjusri Bodhisattva to Ananda and sentient beings of the degenerate Dharma age, clarifying the true Dharma door of perfect penetration, the expedient method for easy accomplishment. 1. Clinging to the perceived object. Manjusri Bodhisattva points out that sentient beings, due to the originally bright illumination giving rise to a perceived object, delusively establish views and knowings, perceived objects. This leads to the arising of your delusive ability to perceive, consequently neglecting the pure nature of illumination of the self-nature. From the deluded arising of empty space, the world is established based on space. When the thought settles, countries are formed, awareness and perception are sentient beings, all arise from delusive thinking. Like a single bubble arising in the sea, the world of minute outflows born dependent on space. When the bubble bursts, the original emptiness remains, and the three realms consequently cease. Manjusri Bodhisattva teaches us that the root cause of the cycle of samsara is the clinging to perceived objects based on perceived objects, neglecting the fundamental self-nature. 2. Shortcomings of the sage's perfect penetration doors. Manjusri Bodhisattva examines the perfect penetration Dharma doors of the 25 sages, pointing out their limitations that prevent them from reaching complete and perfect access. Dust of form. The thought of form ties into the dust. The refined understanding cannot fully penetrate. Clinging to the appearance of form makes it impossible to fully reach the self-nature. Dust of sound. Sound is mixed with language. Names, phrases, and flavor do not encompass all. Dust of fragrance. Fragrance is known by combination. Apart from combination, it does not exist. Awareness is not eternal, thus not the fundamental essence of the self-nature. Dust of taste. The nature of taste is not fundamental. It arises and ceases with the taste, not the constant singular self-nature. Dust of touch. Touch is clarified by the object touched. Combination and separation are impermanent, not pervasive everywhere. Dust of phenomena. Phenomena are the inner dust. Dependence on dust results in a perceived object. The perceiver and the perceived object are not pervasive, making unobstructed realization difficult. Faculty of sight. Seeing nature. The seeing nature is clear in front but obscured behind. Four directions are deficient by half, lacking perfection. Faculty of smell. Breath moves in and out. When there is no exchange of air, it is fragmented and not pervasive everywhere. Faculty of taste. The tongue generates awareness due to taste. When the taste vanishes, awareness is absent. It is not the constant self-nature. Faculty of touch. Body. The body is one with touch. It has limitations and is not perfectly pervasive awareness. Faculty of mind. Intellect. The knowing root is mixed with cluttered thoughts. When calm and bright, there is no seeing. Thought is unavoidable. How can perfect penetration be attained? Eye consciousness. Consciousness is mixed with the three factors, root, dust, and consciousness. It is not true eternity. Nose cognition. Nose cognition temporarily gathers the mind. Abiding becomes the mind's dwelling place. It does not fully penetrate the self-nature. Teaching. Speaking. Names, phrases, sound, and writing are not without outflows. Clinging to words is not the self-nature. Body precepts. Holding and transgressing bind the body. It is not pervasive everywhere, nor is it unconstrained. Supernatural powers. They rely on past causes and conditioned thoughts. They are not separated from objects, making unsurpassed awakening difficult to realize. Earth element. The earth element is solid and obstructive. It is conditioned and not the self-nature. Water element. Water contemplation relies on thought. It is not the thusness self-nature. Fire element. Disgust for fire is not true separation. It is merely an expedient for beginners. Wind element. Movement and stillness are relative. It is not the unsurpassed awakening. Space element. Empty space lacks spiritual knowing and spiritual awareness. It differs from body. Consciousness element. Consciousness is not eternally abiding. Preserving the mind is delusion. How can perfect penetration be attained? Mindfulness of the Buddha. The nature of thought is arising and ceasing. The results of cause and effect are distinct feelings. It is not the fundamental essence of the self-nature. Manjusri Bodhisattva points out that these Dharma doors are either based on arising and ceasing, are not pervasive, or are not constant, making perfect penetration difficult to attain. 3. Avalokitesvara's ear root perfect penetration. Manjusri Bodhisattva highly commends Avalokitesvara Bodhisattvas reversing the hearing to hear the self-nature as the most supreme perfect penetration, stating that it is the true teaching body of this world. Its purity is in the sound of hearing. Reversing the hearing to hear the self-nature, not following the flow of the dust of sound, but reversing the contemplation of the nature of hearing, entering the stream and eliminating the perceived object. Emptiness and awakening become perfectly complete. When arising and ceasing are both extinguished, tranquil extinction manifests, illuminating the 10 directions perfectly. 1 root returning to the source, 6 roots liberated. When the ear root is purified, the 6 roots function interchangeably, achieving perfect and unobstructed access. 4. Conclusion. Perfect penetration means perfectly accessing all things without obstruction. One must not turn around in phenomena but must awaken to what the self-nature is. To rely on the essence to manifest the function is true perfect penetration. The simultaneous presence of essence and function is the Mahayana, the true perfect penetration. Manjusri Bodhisattva selects the perfect penetration for Ananda and sentient beings of the degenerate Dharma age. Although the 25 sages' methods possess various merits, most are based on arising and ceasing, are not pervasive, or are not constant, making perfect penetration difficult to realize. Only Avalokitesvara Bodhisattvas reversing the hearing to hear the self-nature, using the pure sound of the ear root, allows 1 root to return to the source and the 6 roots to be liberated, surpassing all others as the true teaching body of this world. Thank you.